Yo, what's up? My name is DJ Mystery from Frankfurt, Germany, coming at you with Brawlic Reactions. This is the YouTube channel where I react to videos of DJ challenges by Rob Swift from his Brawlic Army DJ school. And in this episode, I'm going to react to the first video of the Cut Above challenge. And it is none other than DJ Agui, who is the winner of the unassisted challenge, which was the beat juggling challenge, the last one that Rob Swift held in spring 2022. So by now it's summer of 2022 and we have a cut above challenge. This is a scratching challenge. Let me break down the rules. You had, or the competitors had 8 different beats to choose from, and each beat had 3 sections with, I guess, 16 bars. So it came up to a total of about 1 minute, and within each bar you had different tasks that you had to fulfill. The first one was sort of scratch like DJ Premier, make it sound like cool and easy, and you were supposed to use words. So sample scratching or a cappella scratching, word scratching, that was the first task in the first part. Second part, go crazy like DJ Q-Bert. That's the challenge for the second part. So you could really do anything. You could use words, you could use the fresh and the awe sample. So you were totally free as long as you got busy in that second part. Third part, Rob Swift gave us a video by DJ D-Styles, also from the Invisible Scratch Pickles, and like in a short section he scratched to an outro. So he was like more like doing stabs and stuff like that. So we're now going to look at DJ Agui, look at the beat that he had chosen, and of course look how did he do in those three sections. And then we're of course going to look at the rankings by the judges. Judges are hot in here, my holy shit. So first off, it's Rob Swift, of course, the master himself. Secondly, we got Mike C, who is awesome. I gotta tell you, if you haven't watched an episode of Scratch Snobs, you gotta do that. He and Akikolov, they're making such great videos. And Mike C, he has some very, very good tutorial videos on beat juggling, scratching, all the good stuff. I'm going to put a link of this challenge in the description. Last but not least, DJ Brandon Criado from India. He's a DJ champion. He won a DJ battle, and he is awesome when it comes to articulating scratching. So I don't know, his fingers are so like really slim, and he's so fast. And what I find really interesting is when he shows his scratching videos, his tutorials, he is using the most simplest mixer. It's a Roland 909, which, like, to my mind, the only good thing is it has an innofader. But you have similar faders in most of the other scratch battle mixers, even better ones than the innofader, like the Macville or the Mac 4 innofaders and the current Rain and Serato mixes. And if you really want to improve your scratching game, look at the masterclasses by DJ Brandon Criado from India. He is awesome. Great guy. He explains his stuff really well. I like him a lot. Shout outs to all the 3 judges. Okay. So first up, DJ Agui, winner of the unassisted challenge. Let's see whether Agui can kick ass in a scratching challenge like he did in the beat juggling challenge. Okay, let's check out his video. Okay. Damn, man, before I even start watching your video, you're so tiny. Holy shit, like, look at this. There is so much space around him. I mean, okay, I gotta give him credit for the background images, but that's not what this challenge is about. It's not about the nice picture in the back. It's about you. I want to see DJ Agui in, like, living color and large. I want to see him, like, really close. So you could have blown up your own image to the full frame of the video, and by that giving us the chance to admire what you're doing. Obviously, his setup is 2 Technics turntables, probably DJ MS9, mixer by Pioneer, using real vinyl, and interestingly enough, his vinyl is matching his hat, which I find cool. And another little detail, on his t-shirt it says musician, stating that DJs actually are musicians if they use the turntable as a musical instrument, which he certainly does. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what DJ Agui came up with in the Cut Above challenge.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Nice sample. Breaking down the words one by one. Okay, that's the second part. So that's the scratching part. The go nuts DJ Q-Bert part. Okay, a couple of crab scratches. Third part. Back to the vocal samples. Breaking down nicely. Nice. Oh, nice. What I liked about the last part was that he was at one point like breaking down and slowing down the sample, and at one point he was giving you the full listen of the sample. So that was just great. I knew that Agui would be a heavy hitter in this challenge as well, and he was super clean on everything that he did. Okay, let's check out the the criteria, and of course the judges ranking. So first up, judging criteria. Judges will score entries on a scale from 1 to 5, points ranking from 1 to 2 to reflect a very basic approach. 3 is the average, while 4 and 5 are the most refined in the 3 following categories. First, technicality. So the quality of the scratches measure the student's ability to showcase a wide range from basic to advanced techniques. B is articulation. Do the scratches exhibit personality? And that is really important. Like if you are a beginner scratcher, you will probably just do the same scratches and just do them the way they were taught. But once you get older, once you get like more routined in doing those scratches, you will give them their own flavor, their own personality. Does the personality show in the way you scratch? Thirdly, rhythm and timing. Are the scratches riding the beat effectively? Nothing else has to be said. Second, composition, structure. Judge how well the student is able to configure their scratches in the allotted time frame. So, where do you put which scratch, and what kind of scratches do you use in which sections? Are there scratches which you only use in the second scratch section, where it's really like go crazy, go nuts like Q-Bert? Secondly, or part B of the composition, is the arc. So does the routine provide a clear beginning, middle, and end, just as the structure that those 3 parts have? So is there a beginning? Is there a middle part, like the boom, the fireworks, and is there an ending? Thirdly, showmanship. A goes for design. Examine the performance style. How engaging was the student? So here we have like, how do you just stand there like doing your scratches, or like are you there? Are you present? Like, do you move a little around? I don't know. You don't have to do body trips in this part, but I guess like if you are a scratcher like the band Kraftwerk from Germany, who are just standing almost motionless, that's probably not going to help you as far as design is concerned in showmanship. Secondly, entertainment value. What is your reaction to the overall performance? So are you well entertained? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Was it a good performance? That's really what this is asking for. So DJ Agui scored 35 out of 45. Let's see what the judges had to say. Okay, Rob Swift, Technicality 3.5, composition 4, showmanship 3.5. Agui's scratch articulation is good. I especially like his use of negative space to accentuate the scratch he previously did or is about to do. So negative space in this case means there is a little pause between those different scratch sections, meaning you don't have to fill everything, but sometimes the part where you leave something out is just as interesting, is raising attention again, so that the mind of your listener is refreshed, has a little pause from listening to the scratches, and then is open and ready for something else. He's also very neat, precise, and accurate in his delivery. Holy fuck, yes, you are. Agui, that I totally agree to this. Scratches were really precise. Let me know whether you practice a lot for this one. Either you practice especially for this challenge, or you just practice that part where you broke down the different words of a sentence. Like you must have practiced that either in the past or just lately. My biggest issue is what he did sonically didn't completely translate in his overall presence. Agui's body language while he scratched let me know he was comfortable, but his score would have been higher if he made more of an effort to connect with the camera, or, in brackets, connect with the audience. That is so important in these challenges. I know that one or two of the competitors in the challenges are not like the most extroverted person or extroverted people. So for them, it might be especially difficult to interact with the camera, just like I'm doing with you right now when I'm looking right into the camera. So yeah, you can do that, and it's probably gonna give the audience more of a feeling of being a part of what you're doing. Because if you invite people to, yeah, I see you, and then I want you to watch me, that is probably gonna help you interact. I mean, that is interaction with your audience. So I mean, maybe I'm just thinking, Rob Swift, maybe you shouldn't have told him, because now he's gonna know, and now he's gonna change that, and next time he's gonna, like, it's gonna be even more difficult to compete with him. Secondly, Brandon Criado, technicality 4, composition 3.5, showmanship 4.5 out of 5. Holy crap. Amazing performance. Argy scratches are really good. I agree. He only needs to work a little on his sharpness during his vocal phrasing. Really? Oh, I wouldn't subscribe 100% to this. I thought it was good. It was awesome. Overall, his routine was perfectly done. Yes, true. Okay, I'm going to comment on what I think a little later. So 12 out of 15 possible points. Mike C, technicality 4, composition 4, showmanship 4. Agui's solo cuts in the middle of the routine are among the best that I've seen in this contest. Nice and clean, with good variety and strong record and fader control. Yes, this is the second, or the other part of the medallion to what Rob Swift said. On the one hand, if you have control, of course, like, you know what you're doing. On the other hand, if you don't let loose, you're not going to interact with the audience. Because if you're so focused on what you're doing with your hands, you're going to lose contact to the audience. Maybe that's maybe one thing that just came to my mind right now. So 11 points from Rob Swift, 12 points from DJ Brandon Criado, and 12 points as well from Mike C. Agui, thank you so much for your participation in this challenge. Of course, it's always something really hot if the winner of the last challenge competes in the next challenge. And right now you're opening this shit up for us. I mean, like, for most of us, we're probably thinking, okay, we're done. We could just not have competed. No, I did. I know we did. And I had a long talk with Rob Swift about this. It's not so much, well, okay, the thing is, I was afraid of competing because I saw one of the two names of the people that had signed up for this challenge. And I had a long conversation with Rob Swift about my motivation for competing. And at the end of the day, it's not that you are like trying to be better than somebody else, like one specific person, but you are trying. That I hope this is your motivation. I hope this is your motivation that you are trying to be as good as you personally as a DJ can be. Of course, it's good when you like beat somebody, like if you're better than somebody, or if the judges decide that they liked your performance better than somebody else's. But in the end of the day, it's really just important to expose yourself as a DJ, as a battle DJ, because I mean, for all of us, it's a journey. It's a journey from our first challenge, the first battle that we compete, even though it's online and not in like living person or live in a live situation. But we are exposing ourselves, our strengths and weaknesses, our scratch game or beat juggling game. So we are putting ourselves out there, and this is so much part of these challenges. You have to prepare, you have to get out, you have to drop your shit, you have to let your masks off, and then you have to show how much you're good, like how well you can scratch or how well you can beat juggle. And I had some doubts about whether I should compete again, but of course I did. You saw that, and it's really about me myself becoming better. And when I look back at the very first Skype session that I had with Rob Swift, holy fuck, I was so nervous. I was starstruck when I was on Skype with him for the very first time. And by now, I mean, we talk like master and student, either on the phone or on Skype every once in a while. Not very often, not regularly, but we do sometimes. And so by now, I feel way more comfortable to compete in these challenges, especially maybe especially because I have been criticized for what I did in in the very first challenge that I competed in, which was the Music Mesh challenge. I thought my performance was good. Judges thought, well, nah, you could have done better. In the end, I agree, and this is really enough motivation for me to stay with it, stick with it, and practice as often as I can, which, like, I have family, I have a job, so I can't really always practice as much as I would like to. Yeah, so it's really just about standing your ground if you compete in these challenges. Show the world, show your competitors what you're made of, show your competitors what you can do, and maybe even show them where and how have you improved. Let me give you an example. When I was, oh yeah, this just fits totally perfectly with what I just said about my first talk with Rob Swift. I wanted to do the rolling fill juggles. That was my my idea for the very, very first Skype talk that I had with Rob Swift. And I was so nervous I could not do it. I couldn't even do it if like all by myself. I wanted to do it, but I didn't know how. And in the last challenge, the unassisted challenge, you saw my juggle routine, and the last part was actually the rolling fills. I didn't perform them 100% clean, but I did. I was able to do the rolling fill juggles. Not clean, not 100% the way it was supposed to be, but I did. And I'm so proud of that because I have practiced and practiced and practiced a lot for that thing, for those rolling fills. And I'm going to tell you, the next challenge, you better bring some rolling fills because I will be bringing them. So yeah, if you're watching these videos and if you have any doubts about whether or not you should compete, let me tell you, do it. you will feel a lot better afterwards. You will feel stronger afterwards. You will feel more solid in what you're doing, in your scratching, in your juggling. And when you watch your videos, your own competition videos, your performances, sometime after that challenge, you will probably even see, okay, by now I've practiced so much, I can do that. That mistake is not going to happen to me again. And that is going to improve your confidence for the next battles. So really, it's just about becoming better. You for yourself, become better as a DJ. All right, so that's enough for the moment. My name is DJ Mystery from Frankfurt, Germany. This channel is called Brolic Reactions. I'm doing the videos on, I'm doing reaction videos on challenges that Rob Swift gives out to his students, students of the Brolic Army DJ School. If you want to improve, I highly recommend get in contact with Rob Swift. He's an awesome teacher. He is direct, he is critical, but believe me, he is always on your side. He will always try to get you make you better, to get you want to become better. So if you are a aspiring scratch DJ or beat juggle DJ or a party rocker DJ, if you want to become better in what you're doing, talk to Rob Swift, book a couple of his classes, and get his support. I can tell you it will improve your DJing game. DJ Mystery from Frankfurt, Germany. Brolic Reactions coming at you. Peace, y'all. Thanks for watching.